It's interesting what you said about seeing things differently and how, this is just become in the fabric of who you are, right? It's not like I do spiritual practices. It just becomes you embrace and embody, and it just flows into all the areas of your life.
All right.
So you've written a couple of books. Your newest one is called the Zen Trading Method, I believe, right?
That's right, yeah.
Put it out this summer. And so even just those words together, the Zen trading method, kind of counter in its own way. And obviously there's spirituality in everything. And I believe money is just energy. But yeah, I'd love, if you wanted to, talk about a little bit about I think you have 3 books? Two
books now.
Writing a third?
More coming, writing a third.
Yeah.
4th behind that. It's been interesting, like that whole journey of everything I've just described, like without going deep into that pilgrimage phase. But that is the subject of my 3rd book, which is about that pilgrimage I went on, and not just the front story, but the backstory, and the insights and lessons and all kinds of that inspired and supported my lifestyle transformation. But it's been interesting, like exploring those poles, how to communicate that. And you really just said it, that, I am in venture capital. I am, capital markets expert. I am in, I am an entrepreneur and all these things. But what I do is infused with those things, with the things of who I am. And so this 2nd book really, really kind of hit that for me, right? Where it's been hard to figure out that thread and how to communicate it. And trading, the markets and trading is something I've been around a lot, small caps a lot. So navigating penny stocks is my 1st book. And that is all about like small caps and all the fundamentals of building and financing and all these things that go on behind the scenes, because I've run those companies in senior executive roles, and it's wild. Like there's a lot that goes on that people don't realize. So that's helpful for that community of people interested in that. But the Zen Trading Method is about trading and technicals and more like price action. And trading in and of itself, because of the volatility, can be exceptionally stressful. It's a huge source of stress. When do I get in? When do I get out? And obviously you want to make money. So how do you make money and avoid losing it? And so over the years, there's been, a structure of approach and strategy and tools that I use that optimize my best chances of, realizing my best returns and minimizing my losses. And, that's what everyone's seeking. And it doesn't have to be overly complicated. But many people ask me all the time, because I'm around a lot of companies and stuff, like, should I buy today? Should I sell today? And I always say, well, 1, I'm not your financial advisor, so I can't actually tell you that, no matter what I think. And 2, though, everyone's strategy is different. So like, it depends on your goals. But for me, that book is my system. Here's my strategy from a trading standpoint. If I'm building a company, right, then the 1st book applies more to the fundamentals and best practices and stuff that are common in building, public companies, which is more of like a longer term accumulation and hold strategy. But the latter is more about like day trading, swing trading, shorter term price action trading. And the system I use, so that I approach the markets with discipline, I see my clear signals, I am maximizing my upside. I'm minimizing my downside risk. And I'm managing my emotion with respect to it. So that I see the signal, I know what to do. There's not a question to ask. I'm not pulling my hair out. I'm not yelling at the screen, right? I'm not stressed. It's like, there it is. That's the moment. I know what the moment is. My system executes. I execute with my system. Thank you very much. Next, right? And and that's that book. That book shares that, that approach and that strategy of mine. And it's so far been helping people, and the reviews have been great. And I really like the process. I've figured out my writing process a bit. There's been a lot in me that I've wanted to share for a long time that I haven't. And so the third book's flowing. So hopefully dropping that this fall. And then that's one I've always wanted to write. Lots of people ask me about that phase of my journey also. And then beyond that, like more fused business books are kind of the next two after that, about raising money for business and more. Turning business around is the fifth that's on deck, because I do a lot of work with that, and like the alchemy of changing the trajectory of where a company's headed. And so I'm in this flow with that now, where I'm just moving this stuff out and putting it so it's accessible to others that might be interested in, vibing on some of these philosophies and ideas, learning from there,